Hi, Travis.
Hey Steve, how are you?
Oh, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Also well, thank you.
This is our very first podcast or Zoomcast or whatever you want to call it. So we'll
Yeah,
name it Season 1, Episode 1.
season one, episode one. I like that.
So why don't you go first, Travis, and introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are and what
hmm
you do and anything else you want to share with you
Yeah, that'd be great.
about
So
you.
my name's Travis Remy, as you can see in my Zoom title there. I am the agency owner here at Visiting Angels Sioux Falls. I've been the owner for about 4 years, a little over 4 years, and we've seen a lot of ups and downs with our agency. And yeah, we're really excited about the progress that's being made here, and just getting through these difficult times. What about you, Steve? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Steve Feynman. I'm the owner and executive director for Visiting Angels in Wall, New
Uh-huh.
Jersey. We cover southern Monmouth County. I started with Visiting Angels in 2015, and our office team is working remotely
hmm
for the most part. We'll get into that later, but my chair is from my basement, and it's probably at least 10 years old, and you'll see I won't mess with it, but over the duration of our meeting, I will get lower and lower. So
Well,
that'll be interesting to monitor.
yeah, that'll be something to keep track of while we're learning and talking a little bit more about home care here. So if you do the disappearing act, we'll wait and you'll come back. Is that right?
Yeah, I think just over time, I'll just get lower and lower and lower until the end of the meeting. My head probably might be up here,
Yeah.
down here.
Just let it go. Let's see how low you get. Option B, it looks like you have a nice comfortable bed back there if need be.
Yeah. So this is the guest bedroom, which is the office space
hmm
and exercise room and multi-purpose room. Um,
Very good.
yeah.
Well, as you can see here, I mean, I guess I could have this in my house, but I'm here in my office. We're in different parts of the country, and we're going to have viewers hopefully from both of our areas. And I think the coronavirus, the pandemic that we're going through right now, we should have kept track to see how many times we'd say the word pandemic, maybe, but or we will get through this or whatever it is. But in all seriousness, though, I think the virus is affecting both of our offices in a largely affecting us the same way. But there probably are some differences. Can you talk to us a little bit about how the coronavirus has affected your specific office? What have you seen out there?
Yeah, so New Jersey's known for a lot of great things, and we are number two. I know you have a hot spot in your area too,
Yes.
but we are number two. New York being the hottest or the heaviest hit state, and we are ranked number two. And so, yeah, New Jerseyans. First of all, I just want to say I love New Jersey with all my heart. I have
I can
such a
see it in
strong
your eyes.
passion.
You just have this sparkle that says you love New Jersey.
Yeah, no doubt. So it is of critical importance to keep everyone safe, not just the caregivers, our clients, everyone, because we're interacting with all sorts of different people in the community. Yeah, in New Jersey, I think the issue is that a lot of people are scared, and rightfully so.
Yep.
No one obviously wants to get the virus. We definitely have seen both clients and caregivers, want to self quarantine or self isolate,
Mhm.
for X amount of time. For some, it was 2 weeks. For some, it's been months because they just don't want to take the chance, and we respect everyone's requests. So, we're doing everything safely. We have I don't have the New Jersey numbers in front of me. I
Yeah.
have them on a spreadsheet.
You and I had talked about them a little bit before, and I know that your numbers are pretty high out there. But your population is different than South Dakota too. But I think, yeah, obviously New Jersey is affected a little bit. I don't know how to say it the appropriate way, but you've got a higher number of cases out there than we do. But we do have a hot
Yeah,
spot here in Sioux Falls. It's caused us to adjust the way that we're doing things, adjust the way that we're dealing with our clients, the way that we're seeing them. There's a lot of communities, living centers, assisted living, and nursing homes that we just can't get to right now. Are you guys experiencing that out there too?
yeah, absolutely. Now, what's different in your state than mine, so in New Jersey, one needs to be certified as a home health aide.
That's right.
Are you finding, so we're finding it challenging we're hiring, we're
Mhm.
always hiring, but we're finding it especially challenging now. Are you
Yeah, I
having
can
that
imagine
same,
that.
are you having the same experience in your market?
You know, we've done a little bit of hiring. I would say from March 15th, when this started, till about a week or two ago, we didn't do any hiring at all, and we had the staff necessary to take care of the clients that we still had. But in the last week or two, we've started hiring again, and I would say that we've had a steady stream of applicants. And that's one thing that we want people to know, is that we're always looking for good caregivers, and we are hiring right now. And there are ways to do it through social distancing. You know, the restrictions are a little less here in South Dakota than I think they probably are in New Jersey. But we're looking for people now, because one thing we know for sure, Steve, you and I have talked about this, is that when this is over with, we think that the home care is going to be booming again, and there's a lot of
Oh,
reasons
yeah.
behind that. I don't know how
Yeah.
you feel about it, but our facilities are doing everything that they can. We know that, but there's going to be, you know, there's clients and residents in there that haven't seen their families in months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. This one, same thing with you. We were not allowed to go in and perform care in a lot of
Hmm.
facilities,
Hmm.
their policies.
Right.
But this one that we still are allowed in, they're not
Hmm.
allowing other family in. So you made a good point. So now we're in, week, whatever it is, 7, 8, or whatever, or
Yeah.
more. They have not seen their family. The only outside person that they've seen are our caregivers. Which is, if you think about that, that's amazing, and it's crazy and it's scary, but also very fortunate and blessed to be part of that experience.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you had said something that I wanted to get back to, but I'm trying to blank on what it was.
That's okay. I feel like you should switch your name to Steve. I'm drawing a blank Feynman. If you think of it, why don't you circle back?
Okay.
Um, Yeah, but what you said earlier is the truth. Our caregivers, the anybody out in the front lines right now, but nursing home work, I'm sure there's a better term than nursing home workers, the CNAs and the nurses there at the nursing homes, and the people that are putting themselves at risk. But the other thing that you said is they're literally the only people that these clients, these folks that are in nursing homes, are seeing right now. And for the sake of my grandparents, they live at a local nursing home here, and I know for a fact the nursing home is doing literally everything they can. They're doing a great job. But in that, my parents can't get in to see them. And they've gone as far as saying, we don't want you coming knocking on the door, knocking on the window, because it's just putting everybody in a tizzy. And they also have quite a few deaths from coronavirus there too. So what do you think is going to happen when the weather now that the weather's getting nicer, as we start to flatten the curve here, and without getting too technical and everything, but as things start to be restrictions start to be released and stuff like that, I just feel like a lot of those folks are going to want help in for their families at the facilities that they're at, or they're going to want their family members to get out, maybe bring them home. Now is a great time, as restrictions ease and stuff, now would be a great time to bring mom or dad home with home care. And I think we're sort of proving that through this pandemic, that is indeed a possibility. And sometimes, again, the facilities, I know I've seen it with my own eyes, as you have. They're doing everything they can, but at the end of the day, there's a bunch of people in the same place, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. One thing that I'm proud of is that we have not had any positive COVID-19 caregivers or clients.
That is
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, we have a lot of safety protocols
Mhm.
and measures that we all follow
Yep.
based on the CDC and New Jersey Health Department.
Mhm.
So really proud of that. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. But to your question, that yes, when all the bans start getting lifted,
Mhm.
and Jersey just announced that they're going to be on lockdown for another month or so. I think till like June, somewhere in June, like June 15th or something.
Really? So when you say lockdown, does that mean full on um, stay-at-home order?
Yeah, like our current mode right now, we're just like we're not returning back to schools, and all non-essential
Chris Christie still
businesses
the governor
still.
out there?
No,
No,
it's Governor Murphy.
Governor Murphy. So Governor Murphy has said, I actually knew that. I just wanted to ask you that anyway. But so Governor Murphy has said, though, that another month of the stay-at-home order. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So, I mean, what that means for us, for Visiting Angels, is that we're still servicing our clients, our office. Our office team and I, we go into the office from time to time
Mhm.
so that we do have a presence, but, the doors are practically locked.
Very similar here to our office too. I'm here right now, but the door's locked, and I don't want people to know. I'm just kidding. We're very inviting, but we still want people to maintain their social distancing and that sort of thing. So we're encouraging caregivers, reach us by phone if you can, but if they need to come in here, they can. So a little bit less maybe than your office, but yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
did I interrupt you? I felt like I interrupted you there.
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, it's a crazy time, and I just keep try to encouraging people, whether it's caregivers, clients, family, to
Yeah.
just stay positive.
Yeah.
Don't get positive, but
Yeah, that's the truth. And in this, it's nice to be able to, like you've illustrated, keep your sense of humor in this. It's very serious, but I've noticed that as I've gone through it too, that sometimes people just need to smile. The few times that I've reached out to our caregivers, we can't assume that other people are asking them if they're okay. So I think the opportunities that we have to say, hey, how are you doing? We hope you are getting what you need. We hope you have the support that you need. It doesn't mean that, I'm not really doing anything other than reaching out, but at least I'm opening that avenue up for them to be able to reach out and say, you know what, I'm not really doing okay. And then we could go from there. So while we're not maybe skilled in that area, I just think being there for our staff at a time like this, because I can't pretend that I'm going out there and putting myself at risk in the same way that they are. So I just think it's really amazing that they're doing that there are people out there working and putting themselves in harm's way, if you will, to provide for our clients.
absolutely couldn't agree more. I absolutely love and respect each and every one of our caregivers on our team, and just anyone who's on the front line that you described: nurses, doctors, our caregivers, and just the non-essential employees, or I'm sorry, the essential employees
Essential employees.
that
Yeah.
are working at grocery stores, anywhere else that's going to keep society running.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
kind of crazy to think about that all of a sudden. The teenage kid working at ShopRite. You have ShopRite in South Dakota?
We don't have ShopRite here. We do have Targets. Target, is that kind of the same thing?
Well, ShopRite is strictly groceries. Target.
Okay, so we have Hy-Vee or
Hy-Vee.
Aldi. Do you have Aldi out there?
We have Aldi.
Yeah.
How you spell Hy-Vee? Like,
It's hot. So it's Hyvee, and they have a smile in every aisle. They say. I've been to Hy-Vee a lot, and I feel like most of the time that's not true. If
yeah,
anybody from
I'm
Hy-Vee watches, I buy a lot of groceries from you, so I'm sorry. I know a lot of your employees do smile, but I couldn't think of anything else funny to say.
I feel like I'm in a Hy-Vee right now because I'm smiling.
Yeah,
It's
we got up on a
crazy.
little bit of a tangent there, but what you said though, I really appreciated what you said, because this whole essential non-essential debate, how can we determine who's essential and who's non-essential? And we're not going to get into that, but I think everybody's essential, and that's been
Right.
proven through this, because something is essential to everybody. But one thing that can't be debated, bro, and I'm going to call you bro for the sake of this, because you are my bro, and because this is something I'm passionate about, is our caregivers are for sure essential, and the services that we provide to our clients, whether they're in a nursing home, assisted living center, or at their home, are also essential, because right now they aren't getting the support that they need. Well, they are maybe in their facility, but they're not getting the support that they would usually get from their family, or the direct one-on-one companionship piece of it from them either. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, of course,
Sorry, I
absolutely.
feel like I got kind of passionate there, but yeah.
You
Did I
did.
did I overdo it?
No, it was right on. It was right on. If anything, we should add more passion on top, because I think you and I are very similar in the
Yeah.
sense that we care so much about our caregivers and our clients and our communities.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's our caregivers who are on the front lines, and I know that you and I would do anything for them because we respect them so much. And I don't know. It's I get like I could go on and on forever about them, but I also get speechless. And like a little bit emotional, because they
No,
work
it's the
so
truth.
hard.
Mhm.
They work so hard to keep our clients happy and
Mhm.
safe. And
Yep.
we know you and I have seen it, maybe some of you out there watching have seen it, that caregivers become part of the families.
They really do. And you're talking about the clients' families that they serve. I mean, we've had so many situations where caregivers have been invited to funerals, caregivers are crying with family members, caregivers are crying with family members right now because they can't get in to see their loved ones. We become the liaison between the family member that's out in DC or Jersey, and we've got a client here in South Dakota. So I think that's kind of what you're getting at, but they do become part of a family. And I think that's the draw for a lot of our employees too, is this is one-on-one care. We really get to know and become part of the family with home care. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're really bringing up the good stuff here, Steve. This is great.
Yeah. Thanks.
And what he's saying is the truth. I've been on the phone with him a couple different times through this pandemic, and you're out making runs to your employees. You're bringing them PPE, you're bringing them gloves, you're bringing them Sani. That's what we call hand sanitizer in South Dakota. He's out there doing it, and I feel like for me, I'm saying come to the office, and we've got it at the office for you. That makes me kind of sound like a jerk, doesn't it? But we have it available too. I'm just saying that it's been really cool to hear you going out and about, out of your way to make sure your caregivers have the stuff they need. So.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that. And what is cool is that caregivers are appreciative of that. I love seeing caregivers. We'll see them most of the time. I drop it off at the client's house on the porch, and I either talk to them through the door or maybe I just go if I have a lot of stops to make.
Mm-hmm.
But it's awesome when you see the caregiver and he or she is so appreciative that you dropped off.
Yeah.
Masks and gloves or hand sanitizer or anything else that might be dropping off to make their lives and their jobs a little bit easier.
That's right.
So that maybe it's one less stop for them. They don't have to come by the office when, the limited time that, we're going to be there or anything like that. So it's.
Well, let's face it, our caregivers that are doing this, they still have their own life. They still have their own stresses. They still have their own things going on. It's not like their life is on pause to take care of our clients. So I think those little things that you're doing are just a big help. The little things end up being a huge help to people in that type of a situation, like our amazing employees that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say kind of a comment about being, working remotely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm actually putting in more hours and more time.
Is that right?
At home. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know because like after dinner when like the kids we're up here with the kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll think of something and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to send out an email or like, oh,
Yes.
I want to order this or that,
Yep.
for the office or for a caregiver, or oh, I forgot to send out an email about a contest they were having for our caregivers. So it'll be like, 7, 8 o'clock. We're getting the kids ready for bed, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go in that room for a second, and then like
Yes.
I'm doing some stuff, and the kids come in, they want to, you see.
Well, that is cool, and I think that's probably one of the dangers in working from home too. There's really that sounds like a different podcast, different topic for a different day. But you're pointing out the positives, which is really cool because you're staying connected to your office more. And right now, our caregivers need that support, and I think that's really awesome that you're there for them. And I've been there, done that too. Finishing up with the kids' bath or something, and I have an idea in my head, and my wife says, well, who are you texting at this hour of the night? And I'm like, well, this caregiver, she had a question earlier, and I just now thought of an answer. So, yeah, but do you ever get the feeling that we're inadequate because I'm not there. I don't know what it's like to put myself at risk in the way that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're probably getting to the point of maybe over talking this subject, but I don't know if you can, and like you said earlier, it makes me a little bit speechless when I'm thinking about they're actually putting themselves in facilities in certain cases where they may be able to get to facilities where there is positive COVID-19 cases, where I'm in the office here, nobody else is in here. So it is easy to think about or hard to equate, what we're doing to humble ourselves in a way that speaks to what they're doing for their clients out there. So, yeah. See, I'm getting tongue twisted right now just thinking about it. So, caregivers out there, Brick, New Jersey, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, any other home care agency around, we're so thankful for you. Without all of you, we wouldn't be able to do any of this. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, nursing home workers, hospital workers, thank you, all frontline employees. We're so thankful for you during this time. Hey, in an effort not to make this too terribly long, we hope we still have your interest. Steve and I plan on doing a few of these and maybe seasons and seasons, right, Steve?
That's right.
Yeah, we feel like there's a lot of topics to be discussed here, and we're just two agency owners from different parts of the country. So I was going to ask you two things and then see if you had anything else. Number one is, has anybody ever told, I might get in trouble for this. Has anybody ever told you that you look like Marv from Home Alone?
No, yeah, I have gotten that before.
You have gotten that. Okay.
All right,
That's
real
okay.
quick story.
It's yes or no. So you have gotten that before. I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I definitely have gotten that before. There's a video out there where Caroline and I went to, this was like years ago, we went to the studios for Saturday Night Live, and they put you in like a little, like a makeshift, what's that guy's name? Who's the host on the Tonight Show now?
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. Right. So like they asked, it's a small group. They asked for volunteers who wants to be what role. So like no one else was responding. So my wife and I, Caroline, she was the host and I was the guest.
Okay.
And just we were just kind of improvising, you know. And she said like, oh, you're what did she ask? You're doing another movie, you know, a sequel, right? So or whatever. Where was she asked? I forget what it was. And I said, yeah, we're making a movie that's the prequel to Home Alone, where it's the origin story of the wet bandits or the sticky bandits.
Yeah, that's awesome. So were they? I've got ADD. Were they asking you that question because they felt like you look like Marv, or did it just kind of fall into place naturally?
No, it fell into place naturally. Like there was like a very, very loose like script of like she had to ask like, oh, you're here filming a movie, you know, like we were pretending she was a host, I was an actor.
Love it.
I also like we made it all completely up.
That's great. I love it. Hey, real quick, give me your favorite Marv moment from Home Alone. You don't have to like reenact it. I don't expect that, but what's your favorite scene with him in it?
Put me on the spot here.
Yeah.
Favorite Marv moment. I don't know.
What's the one where he says Santa Claus? You believe in the Easter? I forgot what it is. I can hear it in my head right now, but I'll just go with where their trademark move. I mean, it's a real jerk move, but just the way that he goes about it. You know, when they shove the socks down the drains or whatever and it overflows.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I'm not condoning it. It's horrible, but I think he plays the part really well.
Yeah. I think so too. He's definitely passionate. I mean, he's probably just as passionate about the wet bandits, you know, as we are about home care.
Brilliant. If anybody heard any part of this podcast, I hope they heard that, or do you call it a Zoomcast? I hope that you heard that we're as passionate about home care as Marv from Home Alone was about breaking into the McAllister's house. They had their eyes on that place. It was that place and that place only. The other places were, you know, whatever. But that place really wanted that place the same way that we want to take care of our clients and caregivers, right?
That's right.
So real quick, two things that you feel like separate. Why is home care the best? Tell us why home care is the best.
Why visiting angels or home care in general?
Well, both. Yeah, the home care in general.
All right, home care in general.
Yeah.
Because depending on your scenario, but overall, if you're recovering from a surgery or a procedure, or God forbid, an unlikely event, you were hospitalized for something.
Yep.
You know, to go back home, you're going to heal better at home. You're going to feel better at home. It's like home court advantage. You can, you know, you've got your own family with you. People can visit you at any time. You've got your own food. And there's a lot of other resources that could come to you, such as in-home rehab, physical therapy, occupational therapy, you know, things like that. I mean, obviously there's cases and times where you have to go to a rehab or you have to go to some kind of facility. But if you're able to go back home from a place like that, you should definitely do it because you've got the home court advantage. Home care can do pretty much anything and everything to keep you comfortable and safe while you stay at home. And just kind of overall, if you're already in your home and you're thinking about home care, I know that a lot of our clients are concerned or they get a little scared at first to have a stranger. Basically, there's going to be a stranger coming into your home.
That's right.
What it comes down to, and help you out with personal care.
Yes.
If you think about that, that sounds crazy, but I know you've seen it. But, we've seen it 10 out of 10 times where after that first visit or two, the caregivers build such a rapport with you. It's
Yes.
amazing. And you
Yes.
see how quickly that is because they're doing personal care.
Yes.
Even if they're not doing personal care, they're spending, 2, 3, 4 up to live in, 24-hour care. That's intimate,
That's right.
so you're going to get a rapport really quickly.
They're spending more time together than they do with their families, for sure, in most cases, and
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
always in every case they are. So, yeah.
Anything else for you to add to that same question?
You answered it really well. I feel like it was a bit lengthy, but you
It
really
was.
nailed it. um, for me, home is where the heart is, without getting too cheesy. I mean, it is. Home is where these folks, our clients, they have years and years of memories. And there's study after study out there that show that people just do better at home when you're in familiar environments. And for me, the thing that gets me about home care is the one-on-one care and what you just spoke to. We've seen it time and time again. I'm not an emotional guy, but what can just about bring a tear to my eye is a story like that, like you shared, or we get the phone call that maybe the spouse that just lost her husband is in tears and her voice is shaky and she just wants to thank us for our care, and she calls out 2 or 3 caregivers specifically and the impact that they had on her family. And it's what makes it exciting. Exciting is not the right word, but what gets me up in the morning every day to come to Visiting Angels, because I know each and every day we're making an impact in somebody's life, even through this even more so through this pandemic, because we're just needed that much more, even though some of the things that we do right now are restricted. But here at Visiting
Yeah.
Angels Sioux Falls, we aren't letting that stop us.
Same thing.
In Brick.
Not in this particular bedroom, of course, but
Yeah.
and
We know what you mean.
Visiting Angels of Wall,
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in an interest of time, I think we hope that you've enjoyed this and gotten some good things out of it. And we look forward to being back with you for season 1, episode 2. Is that right, Steve? Would it be episode 2?
That's right. I'm on board. I signed a 20-season contract with you.
20 seasons. So everybody will look forward to that. More to come. Again, thank you for joining us. And in health and in safety, we wish you a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Stay well.
Stay well.